Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died.
Your brother will rise again.
Greetings, my friends. My name is Lazarus. You may have heard of me, the man who is dead and yet lives. But today I stand before you, not as a miracle etched in your minds, but as a living man who walked through the valley of death and emerged by the power of God. Let me share with you my story. It began with an illness. At first, it seemed no worse than a fever, but as the days passed, death's shadow grew closer. My sisters, Mary and Martha, sent word to our beloved friend Jesus.
Jesus, Lord, the one you love, is sick.
I cannot tell you much about what it felt like to die. One moment I was aware of the pain of my sisters' voices calling to me, but then, the next moment, I heard a voice I had heard many times before, the voice of Jesus. 4 days passed, 4 days that Mary and Martha mourned, 4 days my body lay cold and lifeless in the tomb. But when Jesus arrived, he spoke to my sisters, comforting them in their grief. And then he came to my tomb. "Take away the stone," he said. Martha hesitated, for by then the stench of death would have been overwhelming. But Jesus assured her, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" And then he prayed. Afterward, he called my name again.
Lazarus, come forth.
His voice pierced the darkness, cutting through the silence that surrounded me. The pain was gone, replaced by a peace so profound it filled me completely. I wasn't in the grave anymore, nor in the realm of death. I was cradled in his love, and in that moment I knew there was no power greater than his. It's impossible to explain what it felt like to return to life. My first breath burned my lungs. My first step was unsteady, but as I emerged into the sunlight, I saw him, Jesus, and I knew that his voice had pierced the veil of death itself to bring me back. Since that day, my life has never been the same. I am no longer merely a man who was raised from the dead. I am a living testimony to the power and love of Jesus Christ. I have seen his glory not just in the act of resurrection, but in the deep, personal relationship he offers. So I ask you, do you believe? Do you trust that he is the resurrection and the life? For what he did for me, he promises to all who believe in him.